Thank y'all for tuning in to the sit down. We back with another one. The last episode I spoke on was about Lil Durk and his case. This episode is about James Winston. Even though James Winston came out with the L on Monday, it seemed like he's still breaking records and setting records. So James Winston ain't a pushover, nor he's somebody who you can look over. James Winston is being talked about in these conversations. You feel me? And he right behind some of the greatest in breaking records, pardon me. So Jameis Winston threw nearly 500 yards on the Broncos with two pick sixes. Even though he came out with the L, Jameis Winston still seemed to threw nearly 500 yards with two interceptions. I think that's damn good for a quarterback. Probably who getting looked over, you know what I'm saying, who people ain't really giving a chance, but the owner of the Cleveland Browns gave my boy Jameis Winston a chance. And even though he lost Monday night, he still seemed to find a way to set a record. So he ain't do too bad as people making it seem. Even though he made some mistakes and he took an L this past Monday, Jameis Winston still seemed to find a way to show some type of progress. Some type of progress. So Jameis Winston keep up with the good luck. And you know what I'm saying, whatever you're gonna turn out to be in your career, you probably may deserve it. With 497 passing yards, James Winston broke James Winston broke Kyle Orton's record for most passing yards by a QB who also threw two pick sixes. He ain't the only person that did that. Shot a record and lost and threw two picks. So he ain't the only person that we can point the fingers at or the only quarterback that we can laugh at that had the same standard in the game. You feel me? So he ain't the only quarterback out there that we all can laugh at. Even though he losing and making some mistakes, he ain't left alone in the same. He ain't left alone in that boat by himself. Winston set an NFL record, but was blowed by the pick sixes. I'll be blowed by the picks too. You feel me? I'll be blowed by the picks too. Especially if I'm out there balling, doing that thing, pass for nearly 500 yards. I'll be blowed too. Is it because the wide receivers was overthrown? Is it because he wasn't hitting his target right? Or was the receivers not running the correct route? So we can't put the pick sixes on Jamie. You know what I'm saying? But he's still doing good. Some type of way he still shot a record. So James Winston, you're doing something right for somebody to start you. For you to be a starter, losing the game, setting the record, and making mistakes, that's your balance right there. And I feel like you're gonna do a whole lot better probably next year or in the next couple of years. I was telling somebody about James Winston. Man, you get that cat there a chance, watch this cat right here show some improvement. And he was a young quarterback starting out at that. He's still making some of the same mistakes, but it seems like he's getting better. So the progress with James Winston, you know what I'm saying, we gonna see at the end of the season how far they go with him as a starting quarterback. Winston completed 34 passes out of 58 with three picks. Two of them was pick sixes. Two of them was pick sixes. So he completed half his passes and threw three picks, but two of them ran back. Feel me? So James Winston got some work to do when he get to practice. Might need to hit that film room to learn how to read the defense. You feel me? So James, you got some growing to do, and you got some correcting your mistakes too. So it's a lot that you have to do when it comes to Sunday night football games. Winston broke McCown's 9-year passing record on Monday night. So Josh McCown seemed like he had a record for 9 years. Even though Jameis Winston lost, Jameis Winston came and broke that record. 9 years straight. That's a long time. That's a decade just about for somebody to hold on to a record. And then for a player to come in and break that, you might have to set another record, but this time set the standard, set the bar a little higher. So Jameis Winston ain't too far behind, and we can't look over Jameis Winston. He make the same mistakes like every quarterback that come in the league. Yeah, he may not be the best, but I'm pretty sure he damn sure give it his best. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud Jameis Winston. Since 2019, Winston became the first player to finish a game with nearly 450 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks in the same game. In the same game, 450 yards, nearly 450 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 picks in the same game. Not too many quarterbacks can even pass for 300 yards when they don't throw 2 or 3 picks in the game. But it seemed like Jameis don't let his mistakes deteriorate his game. And I like what Jameis doing. I just don't support him on my own, but I see the progress. I see the balance in it. So it seemed like he one of those guys who just can't stop throwing picks. And can't stop it, and we can't do nothing about it. But for the coach to start that man, they believe in Jameis. Even though he making some of the mistakes that he making, City of Cleveland and the owner of the Cleveland Browns seem like they believe in Jameis. Winston was the last player to pull off a 450-yard pass nearly in 2015 playing with the Tampa Bay Bucks. But he did this twice. He did this over here in Cleveland. He did it twice over here in Tampa. So, like I say, for them to believe in Jameis to start him, well, y'all got some hell of goddamn trust. Even though he lost, but he still seemed to show some damn progress. I'm proud of you, Jameis. Straight up. I'm proud of you. And I'm on the other side of the phone talking about you while you on the field. Winston, the only player in NFL history to pull off that stat line twice in his career. But like I said, he did that twice. Cleveland and with the Bucks. He did it twice. The only player. The only player that did it twice. You had players that did it, but this man did it twice with the Bucks in Cleveland. He finished with the second highest passing total on Monday night history. Damn, so whoever in front of him got a good cannon. You know what I'm saying? Whoever in front of Jameis Winston, they got a damn sure good ass cannon for this man to be second. So whatever weapons this guy has over here in Cleveland, he's setting some records. I mean, he's doing pretty good with his targets. Even though he's making mistakes. But that's okay. He ain't the only quarterback that's making no mistakes. Winston's longest throw on Monday night was a 70-yard pass. Was it a deep pass? Was it a post? But that was his longest pass in the game. I ain't gonna say longest pass in history that's played in the game, but out of them nearly 500 some yards, that 70-yard pass was part of it. So whoever the line protected Jameis Winston for him to be throwing these passes and getting off on all these yards, he trusting that dang old line. The line doing their job, the line backing him up. So whoever protecting this guy for him to be throwing all these yards, even though he lost, damn, y'all need to pay the lineman a little bit more. Because they making sure this man and protecting this man for him to throw nearly 500 yards. That's a good ass lineman. Cleveland seem like they got a good front to protect their quarterback. Winston threw for 1,680 yards, which is the third highest in NFL history for a player in his first 5 starts on a new team. So he came to Cleveland and shot the record in history. Not just on the team, but in history. So it's going to take some time for a quarterback that's out there to break that passing record within 5 games. He must have had a couple 200-300-yard passing, but they added to 16,000. No, 1,600, pardon me. So like I say, whoever the old lineman is that's protecting this man for him to set these records in passing, y'all need to go ahead and pay them linemen a little bit more because they protecting the hell out of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, I can't really speak on it because I don't keep up with him, but I only know according to what they put on the internet about Jameis. So Jameis You got some improvement to do, but you just have to stop making these same mistakes, just throwing picks. I think I want to say a couple years ago, James had to get some type of operation done on his eye. Maybe that operation that's done on his eye probably can be affecting him, but it ain't affecting him too bad for him to be throwing these certain amount of yards and still making mistakes. So that's the balance in Jameis Winston game whenever he step on the field Sunday. Other than that, I'm gonna get with y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the sit.